We're talking implants on the Good Behavior After Show tonight. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
You couldn't say dick implant.
I couldn't.
I feel like you've cooked some before.
Abby cook. Maddie cook.
Yo,
I can't.
We're obviously
get him, Maddie. Get him, Maddie. No more BET for you. We're done with BET.
No more. No more.
Here's the thing. I feel like you couldn't say dick implant.
I really
She's
couldn't.
fine with it.
But I'm cool with it. So now everyone knows what kind of implants we're talking tonight, though.
It just sucks that
You want
we're
to
the
keep it
three,
a secret, like a mystery.
the three implants.
It's
We're
a
the three
teaser.
horsemen. We're the three horsemen.
There's 4 of us.
Did you just cut me out of
I'm
the
not,
horseman?
no, I'm not talking to Abby.
Oh.
I'm not talking to
That
Abby.
continue from last episode?
I'm not. I don't even know you. Why are you speaking to me, bro? Bruh.
Bruh, like.
Bro, I wouldn't get in
You're
your
too
car.
comfortable.
I wouldn't get in
You're
your
too
car because you're a
comfortable.
stranger. You would, if you offered me candy, I would call the cops. I don't know you.
I think you'd be the one offering me
I don't know
candy,
you.
but okay. Wow, it's clearly some unfinished business on that side of the table.
But on this side of the table, we're talking good behavior. So.
No, I'm on my good behavior. I just don't know everybody on this panel.
Oh, we
I
are.
just don't know
though.
everyone on
Tonight's
this
gonna be
panel.
interesting. We're on rare form, I feel.
Yes. Welcome to Good Behavior After Show, you guys. I'm your host, Olivia Gabaree. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, _O_G.
Welcome to the show, guys. I am your host, Maddie Makely, and you can find me on the gram and the tweet at Maddie_Makely. Hey guys, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Abigail Fraher, and you can follow me on all social media at Abigail Fraher.
At I am Tehran. Here's the thing. Maddie has me saying gram and tweet all the time.
She just said tweet
Instagram and
today.
tweet because I like, yo, you know what? I'm Team Maddie now. Team Maddie all the way. And your hair looks amazing, Maddie.
Thank you.
Your hair, Olivia,
Thank
your
you.
hair looks amazing too.
Thank you.
I know, mine looks good. You don't have to tell me.
I didn't even say nothing. I didn't say
I think
anything
yours looks
negative.
Abby.
At I am
think yours
Tehran.
looks
Abigail, your hair looks
Abby.
amazing.
Thank you.
Snapchat. That's from the booth. They're adding in stuff from the booth. But please find me on
They need to make me
Snapchat,
feel
Gram,
better.
and
Don't follow him.
Twitter. My Twitter
That
is
tweet,
live.
it's
My
contagious.
Twitter is
Live
live.
on the tweet.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know the 200 people that follow you, but my Twitter is so live.
Wait, tell us about those $100 bills.
Yo, I don't even know about $100.
You're hating so bad today.
I always listen.
keeps that
We're the
low
four
key.
horsemen. We're the four horsemen. This is the best show on AfterBuzz. I watch other shows on AfterBuzz, and they're
It's just
good,
not as good.
but they're not us. Like this is the most
That's
entertaining
something
show.
special, I think.
Should we start talking about
Yeah,
the show?
maybe we should start talking about
Well,
the
let's
show.
just
that
talk
we
about
covered.
ourselves a while because the show is
even if we're-
ridiculous.
We know you like to do that, but like we Even like if to we're talk not about good the at show. talking about the show,
Shade.
we've said 100 times we're entertaining anyway, so.
Because I don't feel like
Tehran
but you
thinks
know
that
what?
if he tells himself he's entertaining enough, it'll come true.
No, it's just you put that out there.
Oh.
That might be true. That might be true. I'll give you that. Except Comedy Central
speaking
agrees.
into existence.
Comedy
Oh, do they?
Central
Oh,
agrees.
A couple people agree
Comedy
that
Central
sounds
agrees.
funny.
Like, you know. But here's the thing.
Sure.
Good behavior is a good show. Tonight's show was entertaining.
It was funny.
It was
I liked
very
tonight's.
entertaining.
It was supposed to be
random.
dramatic, but it was really funny out of nowhere.
There's so many plot twists.
Like what?
Like
The dick implants.
There's a lot of dick in this episode, period. Like,
Yeah.
There's a
So
lot-
Rob
there's a
has a
lot
dick
going
implant,
on.
but
I feel like as we go on, the show keeps getting more and more like
Ridiculous.
unrealistic.
yeah, it is pretty
Like
ridiculous.
In the beginning, it was at least like
Ridiculous.
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 Ooh.
There we go.
But I
I
feel
don't
like they're doing it on purpose.
Oh, yeah,
they're
they
just
are,
making it
but-
kind of stupid now. Like if
I
it's
don't
gonna
think
be
it's stupid. I
unrealistic.
actually like watching it more
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, because
that
it's
ridiculous.
funnier.
Because before, when they were unreal, they didn't push it. But now that
wanted
it's
it to seem
unrealistic,
real,
I
right.
actually really enjoy
Yeah.
how unrealistic it is. I actually personally think it's fabulous.
We're actually bringing like they finally
Address the color issue.
fact that Jacob is way more black than
He should be
than
for
Letty
being mixed.
to be
way too
Letty's
black.
son.
When he was playing baseball, I think there's
They just-
something to that, though. I think there's a reason why they made his character way too black.
But there's something we haven't found out though. We don't
That's
know
what I'm
why.
saying.
But they
Maybe-
brought it up before. Remember when when she was like, he was like, his eyebrows look like you. And he was like, stop being a dick. Well, I mean, because at this point, we don't know why he is as black as he is. There's nothing wrong with being black. I'm not saying
Right.
there is something wrong with his crusty lips. Like I really need him. Every time I look at him, I need him to have chapstick.
No, sometimes he
It
had
really
chapstick
bothers
like
me.
between scenes.
It
Sometimes
really
they were-
bothers me.
sometimes
But I
they
like
were
this kid.
chapped.
He's cool. He's cool. He's a
Yeah.
little too cool sometimes. Like I'm just being real. He's a little too cool sometimes. Like he sees a strange man in the kitchen and he's just like, hey,
What's
what's
up?
up? Hey.
What's going on, man?
He's way sassier than I thought he was before we actually get to see him this episode.
Well,
he's sassy.
I think that he's just smart.
Yeah,
I
he
know,
just gets
he's
it all.
smart, but he's sassy. Like when he's in the car with Letty and she's like, "What do you want to eat?" and he's just being a little
He's
No,
brat. He's being a
I
brat.
don't think
He's being- yeah, he's a
I don't
brat.
think that's what that was. I
He's
think
being
that was
brat.
some anger
He was
because
mad.
the last time she took him to get food was probably when he was 5 and they took him there. Which
No, she.
No, I
he
think
was
she
mad
was
because
mad
because
she took him from
the game.
baseball.
And
No,
he was
he got mad
think-
about the baseball because the kids were texting him that he's
Texting him
that he's a pussy
Yeah,
for leaving.
because he left. So
Yeah.
technically,
Yeah.
he's mad that she made
But
him
then it
leave,
opened
and
to
that
all
his
the other
roommates are
issues.
making fun of him. Well, anyway, I think this all goes to show that
okay.
Jacob takes I think he takes after Letty. He acts exactly how she does. I mean, she just strolls into his life trying to buy him back, right? Literally buy him back with the stolen money. And Javier was going to help her. And then she went to his baseball game like a normal mom would do. And his coach got suspicious, but he was able to make up a whole entire
He's a
lie
compulsive
right
liar.
on the spot.
great. Yeah, he's-
And like knew how it was going to appeal to his coach and knew exactly the right things to say, just like Letty always knows the right thing to say. Like,
I
do
think
you
it's-
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think it's interesting that he can do that even when he doesn't even spend that much time with Letty.
I know, he must be-
They
he's a
never
liar.
see each other, so I mean, the fact that he can do that, like just as a
inherited it.
reflection
Well, personality
of
traits
Letty,
can be
that's
very
crazy.
genetic. That's a
Yeah,
thing.
but they're just
And
so
they were
strong with
raised
them,
by
so it's
the same
crazy.
person.
Yeah, I don't like the way her mom treats him though, and raises him. Personally,
I feel like
I
she's
don't
a good
know.
mom to him.
But well, I thought towards the end when they start slowing it down, not to like jump ahead, but like I feel like even Letty kind of saw I don't like the way he's being treated at home. I mean, he's the one cleaning up after everyone. He's only gets like
He
10
has
minutes of TV time.
chores?
He
Yeah,
In
like
the
you never had to clean up
time.
plates
Well,
from the table.
I feel like that was her being a good mom, and you feel like
Yeah.
it's her being a
It
bad
Well,
mom.
I don't think it's her being a bad-
It was
a
like a
bad
flashback.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Something.
Yeah,
But no, but that voice wasn't the voice. I think that was the voice that they opened in the first episode with of her boss at that diner.
Yeah, there was.
Clean the dishes.
Cleaning
Yeah,
the
clean
dishes.
the
So
dishes.
she had a flashback to that.
It
It wasn't a
was.
flashback
Oh my
to her
gosh, how
childhood.
did you remember that?
That was a good
I
call.
tried.
That was a good one.
No,
Sometimes.
and she didn't even make up a word to explain that. That's crazy.
Hey.
Hey. No, but I don't think she's being a bad mom for doing that. But I feel like Letty's almost like she wants to bring out the child in him, and I feel like that's something that her mom doesn't do.
Does she
doesn't
want to bring
care
out the
for.
child in him? I think Javier.
Javier
got along with him
Javier
way
does
better.
too, but I feel like she like still wants to put him at like as a child, as like a kid first, taking him for food or like just doing those type of things, not just treating him as like here's your chores as a kid, go to school, play. You know what I mean? I don't know.
See,
That's
my
just the way I
thoughts-
saw it.
My thoughts on it was she's so quick. She's so quick to jump in and like say that she wants to take over and be his mom again and all of this, and then as soon as they get to the store, she's annoyed with him, and she even tells her mom at the dinner table like how it was overwhelming and all of those things, and I think that she needs to think about that before she's like on her high horse about taking him back, because I don't think she really thinks through
Which might be
everything that it's
why
gonna
she
take.
just left the money and
That's
didn't
what
try to
I-
Yeah,
buy.
that's true. I actually do see that now.
Do you know a lot of kids that have been raised by their grandparents?
Yeah.
Yeah, a good
Yeah.
amount.
They act older because it's a different dynamic between grandparent
raised by
and
older
grandchild than it is mother and child. Like they act older. They're around older company in a way, except for Rob in this case. But they're around older company and they just act older in general. You can actually tell in the demeanor of a child who's raising them.
Well, and
And
they
so-
have
I
like,
guess
more
that's
responsibility. I feel like, because not a lot of.
yeah.
Do we have
No.
The answer to the question on the
I
screen
mean, we
is
do
no.
have one, but no,
Yeah.
we don't have
We
it.
The
don't
answer
have
is
it.
no, but we will get it up by the time. And no getting it
bring
up.
it up.
I'm just talking about Rob's
it up.
implant. I meant Rob's implant.
getting
Listen, Rob's implant.
was
But
no
can we talk about that
filter
at
to
the
what
end?
just
Because there's a
happened.
lot of things that happened before that.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Can we
but
talk about, because we do need to discuss Rob's implant, because it said a lot about his character.
I think a lot. His
Rob
true
even-
colors really came
I have a
out
lot
this
to
episode.
say about that.
I don't look at Rob as.
Rob's like
a
every
prominent
female that gets a boob job.
Yeah, I know, but I don't look at
I have a
Rob
lot of
as a
questions
prominent.
No,
about
you
the
don't think so?
procedure.
You really don't?
No, that's not the thing. The thing about Rob is Rob's implant. It's not about the implant. It's about the dichotomy between how smooth and charismatic and mature and polished Javier is
Right.
versus how young and mature Rob acts at any time. And so that is the dynamic that I thought was interesting. Because
yeah,
Rob
I
just
agree with you on
says
that.
stuff, and there's no. And here's the thing about Rob that's actually people should understand and appreciate. There's no lying in Rob. He's not. He's the
genuine.
only character that does not lie ever. Even the kid lied, and Rob doesn't lie. He says things the way he feels. There's no lying in him, and it's actually, in my
Rob's like
opinion,
Maddie.
very interesting. A very Maddie-esque quality, except you're very intelligent.
Yeah, I didn't mean
You're
it like in that way.
intelligent, but he
Sorry.
doesn't
I was a positive statement. I wasn't throwing shade.
I was waiting for that.
He has to be
Thank
smart
you.
enough to come up with an app, because that, honestly, when I was hearing about the Grasshopper app, I was like, yo, that's a great idea. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
it
Uber
really
for
was a good
gardeners.
idea.
That's brilliant.
I think
So-
it's
Maybe
interesting
he's
that
a
you
little bit
thought of
smart.
Rob in that way, because I kind of looked at him as being more he doesn't have a lot of confidence, so he feels like he needs to like flex on everyone, and
Flex
like
with his
he
new
needs
big-
flex. No, seriously, he needs to.
Literally
you can
flexing
tell
on
as he's
him.
telling Javier, you know, first it was this big, and then it kept growing, and it's gonna get bigger.
Well,
like, you
Javier was
don't-
asking.
Yeah, well, I know, but he just I feel like
said
there's a
that so
part of him.
sexually.
Well, that's the way
I
he
don't
said
think
it.
he said it that sexually to Javier.
Well,
but
that's how I
maybe.
saw it.
It was
'Cause I
very matter of
why?
fact.
Like he's so matter of fact, especially with a dude, like this dude that he like doesn't even know, and just like, don't worry, dude, like that thing's
Yeah,
gonna
but isn't that like
grow.
kind of locker room esque? Like,
Yeah, but
It's locker room
do
talk.
men do
Just
that?
grab him by the pussy. No, I mean,
You
Like,
guys
guys
don't
don't show
compare in
their
the locker room?
no,
guys
not,
don't like. You never did that.
compare my penis size to other
Not
people.
maybe compare, like maybe not like hold them up next to each other, but I don't know. Don't guys like run around naked in the locker room?
Yeah, but you can't
No,
look.
you
Isn't
know
it
what?
a rule?
Actually-
you can't
Maybe my
look. You have
fantasies
to
of
like.
locker rooms are a little
No,
different.
you have to make eye
Below
contact.
the eyes or
Yeah,
something.
I feel like I saw that in a movie. He was like, "Whoa,
What are
bro."
the locker room rules? I want to hear
Locker
these.
room rule. First of all, if we're talking locker room stuff right now, I'm gonna be very real right
I wanna
now.
be so
okay,
real.
Asian guys and white guys love being naked in the locker room. I don't know what it is. Asian guys just love being naked and having untrimmed pubic hair for some reason.
That is
White guys, I'm being
discrimination.
very real. No, I'm being honest, and here's the best part. I'm a person of color, so I can say these things. You guys can't, right? So white guys love having huge scrotums for no reason and blow drying their balls as they talk to you.
No,
Like,
they
hey,
don't.
hey, Brian, did you get that new stock, Brian? Brian,
it.
what's going? Right?
Seriously?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
You've
what it
literally
is.
seen people blow dry their
Listen,
balls.
this is like a common.
seen people blow dry
common
their balls?
occurrence. This is a common occurrence. And
talking.
they're referencing my friend Ari, who's on
Yeah,
the couch.
sorry.
wondering
We have
what's
a
going on.
another
considered
male
guest. Sorry, yeah,
So-
we're asking for his.
So I don't know what it
input.
is. Now I don't know why that is. Older guys in general also love being naked in the locker room.
I think they're just
like, the older
comfortable
the
with
guy,
themselves. They
the
just don't
more
care
naked
anymore.
they are. Just naked, just
That's
like
true of women as well in the
wrinkly balls.
locker
Yeah.
room.
Like
They just love it out in the thing.
like in saunas. Oh, so nasty.
It can be. What's
tend to
interesting
leave.
about Rob is the fact that he just starts peeing.
Wait, so what do
openly
black guys
outside.
do in the locker room?
Black
That's what
guy-
I'm really interested
You know,
in.
it's just interesting on black guys. It just depends. That's so funny.
You know, I really don't have a lot to say on this subject. Personally,
I understand.
have you been in a men's locker room?
no.
Okay, well,
I've never.
He only named 2 ethnicities, so I just
Well,
wanted to
it's
know
just
your
because honestly, everyone else, and it's not like it's just an interesting thing where people in the locker room, if I say that and it comes off like, oh, I can't believe you said that, we all know this is kind of the truth.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a thing. It's a thing. I don't know why it's a thing. Older white guys and older Asian guys love being super naked in the locker room, and older white guys love blow drying their balls in the locker room. I don't know why. And toweling themselves even when they're dry.
Anyway, so back
like
to
they're
his
so
behavior.
dry and they're just toweling themselves. And I've never understood why. So when it comes to Rob, I thought it was just interesting how he just started peeing. And these are things that are side notes to the main content of the show tonight. But the side notes filled up the show more than usual, I thought.
yeah. Well, speaking of, I was gonna say, speaking of penises, we find out that Kyle likes penises.
We find out Kyle, the best friend of the best friend's
Oh, wow,
husband.
yeah.
The one that was
bottom.
addicted to
Yeah.
heroin, husband of Tiffany and ex of Letty, I guess, is actually gay. And
Do we okay, I was a little confused. confused.
Or bi, or
bi.
just
Was
having
it
gay
drug
sex. We don't know.
Letty walked in on him having sex
Was
with
a
another
good-looking man.
He was very
he's good
nice
looking.
and
Yeah.
chiseled.
It was not.
Nice
It
abs.
didn't look like this. They both look very good looking, and I don't know if Kyle is gay or bisexual or having sex with a man and not considering himself gay. I'm not going to label him
okay, it's
his
not fair to
sexuality.
say that.
What he was doing was having gay sex.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see that coming at all.
I bet you Kyle didn't see it coming either. Can I get a rim shot for that?
No, I think
Because
he's
Kyle got a rim job. Okay, we're done. We're done.
All right, yeah, we are
We're
done.
done with that.
Thank you.
But did any of you see that coming by chance or no?
No, I thought he was gonna be like cracked
I thought he was
out.
gonna
Yeah,
be
I
dead.
thought he was gonna crack out.
he
So
was
do,
gonna be
do
dead.
we? So there, we don't think there's any drug usage there. We don't think maybe he's not using, and he actually is just hiding being gay.
I think
It's-
he's
Yeah, but
using
what
a little
he
bit.
had heroin,
had
on
heroin.
him.
Yeah, I think he's using a little bit. Maybe not to the extent he was
He
before.
admitted to using,
Yeah,
so
right.
he admitted to heroin
But I'm
use.
saying though, like, he didn't look like he was like messed up.
Well,
Well,
not
neither
right
does
there,
Letty.
But I feel like he's still using sometimes.
Like, do we think he was on heroin when he was having the gay sex?
I don't think he was
Is what I'm
on
asking.
heroin having gay sex.
So
I think he
that
was
was, like,
having gay sex
sober.
while he was having gay sex. Like, I think that's what.
That's what I'm asking.
that was enough.
Because you know
to
how she
throw for a
was.
loop.
Okay, I'm just asking.
No, I understand.
don't- They were talking about him being on a bridge sucking dick, and then next thing you know, he's getting
Very
found
ironic.
in his office. I don't know. That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
if it had something to do, like the guy had
with
paid him
right,
for
paid him for
sex.
I
No, but he
understand,
looks too like
that
he
was
didn't
like
look
a-
like he would be a
okay.
heroin addict.
But that's the
Okay.
thing. These stereotypes of this is what a druggie
guess.
looks like. This is not what a
Yeah,
druggie
that's
looks
what I'm
like.
thinking they're
The
trying
lady
to
didn't
outside
look
the
like he
shop
was
looked
getting-
like she was a druggie,
But
and this
she
one
wasn't.
didn't.
It
We don't
didn't
know.
look like he was having sex for drugs. It looked like he was having sex to
'Cause he
have
wanted to
sex.
have sex.
No, he
yes.
liked it.
Is what I meant to say.
I think he liked it. He looks like he liked it.
Yeah, so we
Sounded like he
we
liked
all
it.
agree.
Like he liked
Kyle
it.
enjoyed doing
Okay.
what he was doing. Okay,
If it looks
but
like
the
a duck
reason
and quacks like a duck.
And takes dick in his butt like a duck. Maybe it's a duck. Yes, I get it.
Okay, so we walked in on him. Let's like backtrack a little bit.
Ducks having anal.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Just
Wow.
push the envelope too
No,
far.
no filters on this after show.
You know,
Is that a thing?
But that's the thing. But it's interesting because
No.
good behavior doesn't really have a filter either. They curse very openly. The only word that they don't use is the F word. Everything else seems to
Oh,
be
they
very
still
open.
That's like
Is
what's
it?
safe on
No,
TV.
they bleep it.
Oh, they bleep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
because it's
bleep
on
it.
TV. You gotta be like.
Sure,
they
but
still use
on
it.
FX, they were using the F word very
Oh,
openly.
really?
Yeah, on the other
Atlanta?
shows, Atlanta, all those shows. So when it comes to good behavior, it's on TNT. There is no actual law against using curse words, but it's just you may or may not lose sponsorships and things like that. So. And actually, speaking
like
of,
us tonight.
speaking of sponsorships, actually, we do want to appreciate our sponsor, and this show is brought to you completely free. One of the ways we do this is with the support of our sponsors, of course. And today's sponsor is Boll & Branch. If you don't know about Boll & Branch, they are a luxury bedding and pillow provider. So please go check out their website. If nothing else, if you hate our show, check out their website because they have amazing luxury quality bedding sheets.
It looks really
pillows,
nice,
and
and I
everything.
know that some presidents, 3 presidents, have used their bedding as well.
So there you go, 3 presidents.
Presidents.
So guess
Maybe
what?
Trump's one of
Presidents are
them,
getting
maybe.
it. Yo, I don't know if Trump was, but if Bill Clinton was, then you know it's
get
some
that.
good bedding. If Bill Clinton was using it, you know it's some good bedding. You know what I'm saying?
It puts
So-
those silk Versace sheets to
Shame.
shame.
What's silk
you for that.
Versace?
What are you-
How rich are you, Maddie?
I can't.
I don't sleep on them.
Yeah. You just have
me,
them.
it's
parents
comfortable.
I just have them stacked in my closet.
But please go check out Boll & Branch. We appreciate you. Thank you so much
do.
for subscribing to our channel. And also make sure to comment down below. We love hearing from all of you, our listeners, viewers. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tehran. Saving the
It's
day.
really genuine.
Yeah.
I really mean it. Thank you
know.
so much. I actually
know.
appreciate everyone that you know, you don't have to necessarily like us or hate us, but just the fact that you're paying attention is a lot, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are a polarizing panel. I will tell you that much right now.
This is just the first time I've seen him like this nice. So
Appreciate
you guys should probably record this one.
They are.
The good thing is we have a couple cameras recording.
Okay, moving on. So
it.
anyway,
So the whole entire reason why Tiffany's in the picture right now, let's like backtrack a little bit. So obviously Letty's trying to buy back her son, so she gets to spend time with Jacob, and she's actually not bonding with him as well as Javier is,
Right.
which I find
Yeah.
kind of funny because she really related to his nieces and knew exactly what to say to them, and now Javier's relating to Jacob like perfectly, and he's treating him like an actual child, where Letty's just trying to get stern with him because she was getting annoyed with him so quickly.
And he even claimed him as his son, like in the store, which I thought that was really like a big moment.
Well, there was some
For me.
reverse. There was some reverse there. Usually, it's like the guys who are annoyed that the girls are shopping. In this situation, was the girl annoyed that the guys were shopping, and so it was just
Exactly.
interesting. But then Javier included Letty when she was doing the ball toss.
Yeah, he was trying to make her
trying to
look
teach
good.
her.
Yeah.
He's trying to teach her how to
teaching her
create a
how to be a mom,
relationship.
how to be a good mom, basically. I feel like he looks at Jacob as almost the kid that he never had, that he
Or
wanted.
maybe he does have. We
maybe he
don't
does
know.
have.
Yeah, he could just.
We don't
But
think
from
so.
what we've
Be a good
seen,
dad.
we don't think he has kids.
Because
he
would
might, I don't know.
probably in their lives. The way he comes off,
Yeah.
he seems.
Genuine. Like he would have kids.
And
And I feel like if he did have kids, he wouldn't be killing people.
I think he would. There's a lot of people
Really?
that kill people that have kids. I mean, John Gotti Sr. was a murderer, and he had John Gotti Jr., who also grew up to allegedly be a murderer and mob boss. So it's not like killing doesn't happen, and there are families and there are people who kill that are still good people. I mean, it's not like we take out soldiers as bad parents, and soldiers do kill people in protection of our rights and freedoms.
Yeah, soldiers
Also
and
true.
hitman is just a little different.
Is it really though?
I think
Okay,
so.
let's.
I'm sure there's a lot of snipers.
we don't need to
I'm
do a
sure a lot of
political debate
snipers
over
become
this.
snipers. I mean, it's
However,
just
yes.
what
I
I'm
think it's a
saying
little
is it's still the concept is the killing, right? The killing is
Yeah.
what bothers you, and so in a lot of ways, Javier is so polished. Even his killings are graceful, is what I mean. So it's like he's doing people a service. It's people who are, as far as we've seen, evil people or have done something evil and need retribution. He is, in a lot of ways, like one of the four horsemen, right? He's like the one that gets people's revenge.
It's almost the
It's
people that he's
soft.
killing are pretty much like deserving of it because of
Right.
what they've
No,
done.
not pretty much. They
are.
every time.
Yeah.
So
Well,
however,
according to
the,
his
yeah, well, the
justification.
deep web though, I want to know how he finds people deserving to die on the
Oh,
deep web. That was
yeah.
so interesting to me.
I'm surprised that they brought up Bitcoins.
Yeah, you missed it. They
That's
talked
funny.
about Bitcoin.
Right.
How random is that?
Yeah.
So
That's interesting.
it is a small world. And the concept is Bitcoin is a form of currency that's used outside of government regulation, and it's gotten a lot of popularity within people of all types. And so even governments have been using it, but it's mainly for individuals who use it as currency between themselves. And each Bitcoin is coded specifically. And when they use the Bitcoin on the dark web, in real life, they do use it on the black web. In fact, the programmer in Australia was recently arrested for his role in having a type of dark web, and we see Javier use it to find work. So it's like Craigslist for criminals and things you can't just get on.
I didn't know that you could access that at any random computer. I didn't know that.
you probably just have to know, like.
I thought it was like a whole external.
Can I ask how you do that? Do you know how? Like, how does that happen?
Can you
Sure.
guys
Well,
hook us up after the show?
because I'm technologically like not savvy with certain things, so I don't understand how you would. Like, obviously, it's not a website. Like, I don't understand how you get to that.
You would have to have
What do
the
you do?
correct domain, and you'd
Okay.
have to have a series of
Passcodes or
intercode
something? Okay.
passwords
Okay.
and bypasses in order to get in. So
And
it's
how
not
do
just
you have to
open.
find that obviously through somebody?
It's
assuming.
passed around through
Okay.
interpersonal communication
Okay.
and relationships, sure. But once you have access, you have access, and
So
there's
so
several
much
webs
more
like
once
this.
it's opened up.
Well, it's
Okay.
just different. It's websites that aren't on the main web servers.
Okay.
So,
So are they still traceable or anything?
well, they can be traceable, which is why he uses
Them
public
on-
access
okay.
computers.
Okay.
But they aren't as traceable, no. So they use a series of like
Coding?
spider webs. So what happens is it originates in Russia and then goes to China and then goes to Taiwan and then goes to Malaysia and so you can't really easily track down where they are originated from.
Okay.
Isn't it pretty much like a different kind of server?
Sure,
almost? Yeah.
it is. And you have to
That's
access
what I
it.
thought it was. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's interesting.
Well, we learned something
you.
new today. So Javier goes there and kills people for bitcoins, pretty much. But
Quick.
so while you
Can I talk about why they had that camel toe scene in there and why that was even like in it when she was
camel toe
sitting on the
scene?
floor?
The camel toe scene when she was at
When she
Supermax
turned and it was
intern.
just this
a camel toe in her face.
When was this?
She just turned and there's just this fat
It was
woman.
probably
with
one of the
camel
times
toe
when you
in
were
her
getting up and moving around all over the place.
For long periods of time, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna walk around.
I found that unnecessary.
They're
did
just
she have
like
the
getting
camel toe?
funny. I don't
They really
understand why.
She had the camel toe?
No, a camel toe
no.
was
It was-
directly
it
in
was a
her
big-
face.
it was a
She, like,
big
sitting
woman
on the
with-
ground and she just
with
turns and there's
camel,
just,
like-
it's just like
Why
fupa
are
in
you
her
doing
face.
this?
Like,
Because they're adding,
No, I like it.
they're adding funniness and humor to a show, and that's what I'm saying. I'm enjoying this stuff.
No.
It was interesting.
I think it's interesting too. It gives us more to talk about.
I just wonder how they cast those people. Do they go, hey,
we need someone with
we
a
need-
really big
camel
we need
toe.
you to have a camel toe, a big camel toe, and some fupa. So, can you
like a casting
fupa
all
camel toe?
fupas. Like, I don't understand how that works.
They pick who the best one is. Like,
like-
turn to the side.
Okay, Karen, can you please? Thank you.
Keep my pants
Thank you,
just a
Karen.
little higher. Just a
No,
little
that was
more.
great, Karen. That was great. No.
we're gonna
You
need
have
to take a
amazing
picture.
fat
Do you know
fupa.
what, Karen? You didn't make the cut.
Okay. That's enough. That's not enough. That's not enough toe for that camel, Karen. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're gonna have to. We'll get back to you. I don't know.
They
but
don't
it's just
even need
interesting.
headshots.
Nope. Stop it.
Okay, sorry.
So yeah, but there was little tidbits in this show that
It was
I don't
funny.
feel like the other shows had as much. This one was full.
I hope they
It was
continue
so
that.
funny.
It was.
So, as you know, Javier's trying to get work. Did you guys notice that Letty picked up this watch and she put it down? And at
Yes.
first I thought she was gonna steal it, but
right?
I wrote down, you know, props to her. She decided against it. Maybe she's trying to change around Jacob. And later on, Jacob actually is the one that steals the exact same watch.
So do we think that he saw her put it down and then he picked it up?
I'm
or do we
thinking
think
he must
would've
have.
said-
it was oh,
I thought she just thought it was like too ugly, like not up to her standards of what she usually steals.
I think she just likes stealing. So
Yeah.
she enjoys stealing. We've seen her steal things that are very valuable, but things that are just pointless. She just enjoys stealing and the act of stealing. But I do think she thought better of it because her child was in play. And so she put it down. And then we do see Jacob revert to stealing it. And we don't know exactly how he stole it or what his plan was or if he even actually left the store with it, because I find it hard to believe that he left the store knowing that his parental figure and guardian were still in the store. So maybe he just concealed it. Whatever it
Well,
was.
they saw him on the camera, so probably.
And maybe he had stolen watches before because the security person, a loss prevention officer, was like, we want to know who you're fencing the watches through. Meaning possibly this isn't the first time Jacob's gotten
well,
in
and
trouble for this.
Tiffany also said he had tried to rack up quit a rap sheet. So maybe.
Maybe.
I'm agreeing with you.
I thought that was really interesting that the store clerk person kind of like almost just assumed that
He was
sells
acting
them.
very
so
weird.
egotistical.
He was just
I couldn't
like
handle
that
it.
was just like kind of. I mean, like I can see where he would think that, but the way he just blatantly, completely assumed and thought that that's what he's doing, it was kind of bizarre to me.
But the store clerk was assuming all the way. In fact, when Javier comes to claim Jacob, he's like, he doesn't even look like you. He's way too black to be your kid. Like, that was a bigger addressing of that situation more than the other times. So it's just interesting. It was a real moment of content, a real moment of interaction between people. Like, yo, how's this your kid? And he was just being frank about it. And then when the black woman from in the front of the store comes inside, that Letty
he gives her right away.
Letty basically helped and coerced to get in. He's up before she even says that's my son. He's like, good, finally. Because that's
he just
that's a
made the
natural
assumption.
assumption,
Right.
and that says a lot about us and social constructs in general. Is that we see black kid, we assume black parent, and it's not that it's wrong to think that. It's just not always right to think that either.
Yes.
Another check tonight from Tehran that we've learned about life.
Well, I just think the way that the guy was handling the whole situation was bizarre. He was taking it very seriously, and I don't know.
He was bizarre.
He was
I
getting
didn't like
weird.
him.
Like, it made me uncomfortable the way he was
Yeah.
treating Jacob and the way he was
He just had way
acting.
too many assumptions and like accusations toward
Not
him.
even that. He was just
I thought he
acting like
did.
you're gonna go to jail. and you
Because he's
need
a
to
loss
find
prevention officer.
out.
Have you ever been
Yeah.
in trouble for shoplifting?
No. Is that
Shoplifting?
what they do? They try
Ever
to.
get in trouble with shoplifting?
Have you?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
That guy got me. Like,
And that's how they.
I mean, that's how they act. I mean,
that
they
what they
didn't.
do?
No, it's not even like this is the situation. Like, it's interesting. It's not even like a shoplifting situation. What happened was I went back to a store. I went to a store at Macy's actually in Fair Oaks Mall, and they accused me of shoplifting the last time that I was in Macy's. Not even this time. And they took me to the back room and spoke to me very similarly, and I wasn't even 15 at the time, and they spoke to me very demeaning and were just very rough with me, and showed the video, and wasn't even me. Wasn't me on the
really?
video. It was just another light-skinned black kid that happened to be tall and light-skinned.
Well, I'm sure your experiences are extremely different than ours.
But at the same time, because that wasn't the only time we saw some type of security situation, we saw Christian get arrested.
Yeah.
And when we saw him get arrested, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't know if you guys have ever been arrested. Abby?
Not with cuffs.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, we don't need to hear about your sexual fantasies. But what about the rest of you?
No.
No,
Like, I've
so
looked
if you
like
ever
cuffs.
if you ever get arrested, like I felt his pain at that moment, like, oh, like
Shit.
your heart drops. Because
Yeah.
I have been arrested several times, and so I understand that situation, like how that felt, you know? So it's real, it's just real, you know?
But it, yeah.
He seems
But it
so
was
unfazed
different.
by it though.
Christian?
Well,
No,
he knew.
Jacob.
Oh, Jacob.
Jacob seemed
Jacob
unfazed by it.
seemed
Well,
like completely unfazed
he
by
acts
it.
too chill about everything.
I know.
Or
But
maybe
But that's a
this isn't his
psychological
first
condition.
time.
Maybe he
Yeah.
has that condition.
Right.
It's where
Yeah.
you just
It's almost the same as
aren't
Letty. I
concerned
mean,
about a lot
I
of
feel like
things.
Letty's unfazed by a lot of stuff like that too. Like,
But
like
we've
she's
seen
not,
Letty cry. We
Well,
haven't really seen Jacob cry
over
or
her
express.
kid though. Like, I haven't seen her really get too emotional over anything except Jacob. Which
And
is
when she made
obviously,
that call to Christian when she was like suicidal on drugs. So
yeah. But
we've
I mean,
seen her get emotional. I've never
Yeah.
seen Jacob get emotional except when he got bratty in the car.
Yeah.
That was the
Well,
only
'cause he's
time.
bullied. But it was interesting because this guy's pressuring Jacob to give up Letty while the FBI is pressuring Christian to also give up Letty. So
No one will
that's
do it.
interesting.
And last week, you guys were all for, oh, Christian's quitting. Oh, this is great. And I was like, have you thought about what's going to happen if he gets caught?
No, I knew,
And I'm
'cause
like,
he's
yo.
dumb.
And now
I
we
didn't think
see
he
him
would
and he
get
got
caught.
caught because now this is a felony. I mean, this is a felony in several regards. First of all, it's bank money. Second of all, you're talking about $100,000, $200,000.
How did they find it?
They found it because Christian used the other guy. Remember, he had stolen a wallet to use the ID to
and
check
he
in.
used it to-
he used
in
the
the
credit
hotel?
card accidentally. No, he used the credit card later because they were the same credit card, and he didn't realize that he had used the guy's credit card, and they tracked him down.
What an idiot.
And for some reason, I don't know why,
was
they got a
drunk,
warrant
wasn't he?
for his arrest, to search his premises, and then found the money wrapped in sweaters.
Oh, so it was the credit card that drew them, and then the other thing was
Exactly.
just a bonus.
Exactly, and this goes back to the realism of the situation. Is it would be very hard for the FBI to get a warrant just to search his house and
Right.
premise without notifying him for whatever reason, and then searching his entire house instead of just a specific area. They would have to have some type of knowledge of where this money was before. You can't just get a blanket warrant in most
looking
cases.
for it.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, we're just gonna search his house.
But there's so much unrealistic stuff that keeps happening
Sure.
in the show. So,
Yeah, like that,
just
like
saying,
that stash, like that big stash of money being only $100,000, which I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it does.
Well, thank God you gave us a nice demonstration
Yeah.
of what it really looks
Yeah.
like.
I'm just
Thank
saying, $100,000. Just I don't know why that bothers me when I see so much
because
money.
most
Well, you
people
know
don't
what?
know
I
what that
wouldn't.
looks like
I would
in
not
cash.
know. I would
wouldn't
think
know.
that that's probably what it looks like.
Yeah.
I think
Never
it's more,
touched a
it's more
$100,000.
entertaining when it's a large, like it looks cool.
It's more
Yeah,
impressive.
it looks
Yeah.
cool. It does look.
you're-
I mean, I guess it looks cool. I just.
If it was one stack of money, they would just be like, oh,
Right.
it's just one.
Not, yeah,
Maybe
it
there
looks
was more
impre-
money
It's more impressive.
that was stolen, and we don't even know. Maybe they don't know. We don't know anything about this show.
We know
when really think about it.
$211,000
We
was
don't
stolen.
know that. We
We
don't
just
know
do.
that.
She literally said
They
it.
said it like 10 times.
They
And she
stole
gave
them.
11 to the guy that was originally
broke it
supposed
down
to
for
steal
us.
it.
Okay. well,
But thanks.
A for effort, though.
Just saying maybe. There's so
Hey,
many tweaks
anything's
to this show.
possible.
You know, you just never know.
Anything's possible in this show, and it's because the show gets bigger and bigger each week, and in my opinion, it gets better when it gets bigger because when they were trying to make it very realistic in the beginning, I wasn't buying it. But now that I know they're not really trying
like
to
a
make it
joke
realistic.
almost, yeah.
It's like I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like watching Dynasty or watching any of these big soap operas where it's just ridiculous. Like, oh, okay, so you slept with this woman who you didn't know was your sister until the next day, and it was your twin. Like, come on, you know, it's so unrealistic.
That was so out there.
It's like soap opera.
yeah.
It's soap opera-y, and
Soap
that's
opera
what's
stuff.
going on with the show. But I do still
I like
find it
it.
enjoyable.
No,
And
I think it's better.
it is better,
is good.
in my opinion. And so with Christian, I don't know what's going to happen because, you know, in the beginning of the episode, Javier alluded to, well, I know you robbed it with Christian, and then Letty was denying it, lying to Javier. And so Javier says, well, what if Christian gets caught and he's not a pro like you? What are you going to do? And then we see foreshadow, foreshadow alert, boom.
Right.
Christian gets caught, and now we didn't even see what happened. This is the beginning of the stages of what happens when a person gets caught.
Do you guys think he's gonna give Letty up?
I think unintentionally something's gonna like.
Yeah, but you
come
know
out.
something? He saves her ass so many times with his career on the line. I'm wondering, is this too far?
Is it going to be the same when he's
or is it
facing
gonna-
10 to 15
yeah,
years
I don't
in
know.
prison?
That's what I'm asking.
Can we talk about Todd? I don't like Todd.
Todd's the boss
Yeah.
of Christian.
He
Todd,
just, I feel like every single.
I was like, who is
that's so funny
Todd
because I
is
feel like
the-
Todd is someone you would like. Date. I just feel like he's just so
Todd's your
he's
type.
so white privileged, just so douchey. Yeah, I just feel like he's the kind of guy you'd be like,
Didn't you
hey
even
man,
say that
this
you,
is
you see her dating
Todd.
like a Todd? Didn't you
Todd.
ask what her boyfriend's name was? or whatever?
No,
Like,
I
Todd.
never did that.
Yes, you
I
did.
don't know.
On
what
like
boyfriend.
episode 1, you were like, you've got to be like dating someone like named
yeah, it was
Jim,
back
John,
when
or Todd.
It's John.
Back before I knew you, and I know
Bill
that
or something.
I know that your boyfriend isn't like that at all. Like, but it's just if you like, I feel like if you weren't dating your boyfriend, that if
be dating
I knew you were dating Todd,
I was waiting for
I
a
would know
comment
you
like
dated
that
Todd.
from
Be
you all
surprised
night.
if you were dating
so,
a Todd.
Yeah.
So there it is. There it is. So,
but I'm saying like, thank goodness that your boyfriend right now is nothing like this. Okay, like I
not
feel like
like
me and your
Todd.
boyfriend would get along really well.
Awesome.
But I could also see you dating Todd, like dating Todd. You know what I'm saying? And if you were
I would
dating
not
Todd,
date Todd.
You know,
Todd's an
listen.
asshole. I like. I've
Olivia
seen
would date
it.
Javier. Abigail would date Letty's ex, the black guy. Okay, and you would date Todd.
Why is that funny?
That's not. It's not
Why is that funny?
It's just very accurate.
funny.
Very
It's just
accurate.
Okay.
But no, I.
He's hot.
There's something about.
No, he
There's
does
something
Myrtle
about
Beach.
Todd
What is
that-
it?
Myrtle Beach hard body.
I would have a hot bod, too.
I'll get you hard. While Rob is talking about his penis sometimes.
But Jacob's admiring him, which is funny.
Is very weird.
It's very
But
weird.
you know what's so interesting is that Todd has the least important role out of everyone in these shows, and for some reason, every single episode, he just becomes more and more douchey in my eyes, and I'm just like, I can't. For the,
I thought you- I can't- I love him.
No, but for the 10 seconds he's on screen, I just like I want to stop watching because I'm like I can't even I can't watch this guy anymore. Todd,
How do you think I feel?
what do you mean?
I'm just saying, Todd would be nice to you. Todd, you know, Todd would be the most mean to a person like me. And this country is made up of a lot of Todds.
Yes,
And a lot of these Todds are liberals who live and don't realize they are Todds. So that's what I'm saying. How do you think I would feel?
Crazy, so
like they
true.
are. They're like, I'm not racist. I just think, whoa, wait, Todd, you know? So it's just interesting. Like, I never use the N-word in public. Like, things like that. They're Todds. They are Todds. So
There are
it's just
many
interesting.
Todds out there.
There are.
He's too real for me.
So,
He's
do
too
we think
real.
that Letty's gonna tell Tiffany?
You call her Tiffany?
Oh,
I call her Tiffany.
Wait, was that playing when we went to that one time we were all jamming out
Oh,
to
probably.
it?
I've never been to one of those.
Anyway.
I've never been to one.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry, I wasn't there that night.
Yeah,
With
so
your little squad.
I think I don't think she's gonna tell Tiffany, but I don't know if
I
Kyle
think-
is going to either.
I think she needs to know.
She does need to know. She does need to know.
She definitely needs to know. Simply for safety.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
She has kids. I
Well,
mean,
and her sexual
family.
safety.
sexual safety.
Oh,
Just
Like diseases.
if he's being promiscuous, we don't know that.
Right.
If he's being promiscuous, and we saw something about
Didn't look-
condoms in this episode
Right.
to begin with, which is funny that they only brought up the pregnancy and not the sexual.
I was,
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
they're like, I can't get pregnant.
And
Yeah,
I was
what, you
waiting
can
for
get
Rob
herpes,
to be
bitch.
like,
Which
but
I feel like is
do
like
an
the whole
STD.
point of like condom commercials nowadays is more for the
STD.
Yeah.
Like if you get
pregnancy.
pregnant at this point, it's not your
However,
fault.
if you live in Ohio,
It's your fault. Like if you get pregnant, because have you ever seen like
they're like making a rule and they're
What?
like they're waiting
You have to have
rule.
condoms?
No,
Yes.
that abortion's illegal after 4.5 weeks in Ohio. Like
Well, that's a.
most people don't know.
We don't
In
live in
4.5
Ohio.
weeks. I'm just saying.
Oh,
if
okay,
you
cool.
live in
yeah,
Ohio,
but it still
you might want
affects
to
us.
use a
It's a
condom for
slippery slope.
pregnancy.
So if it
Yeah.
happens in Ohio, it's
gonna
not.
happen
It
somewhere
may
else.
happen in a state near you, but more than that, it's
Anyway,
like I know guys that'll be like, I don't even know she got pregnant. I don't know how that happened. Like, nigga, come on, you don't know how that happened, bro? Bruh, like you weren't. Right? So it's just interesting that Rob never thinks about the pregnant aspect, and neither does the grandma. But then on the flip side, we see this being a problem. Like there is some type of, if he's having promiscuous sex, whether it's with females or with men, that's a problem.
Maybe that's how she finds out. Or
So-
I don't know. I think
Maybe.
it was kind of ironic that they made such a big deal about condoms, and
Yeah, that was a long conversation.
or maybe they just wanted
Yeah, it
to
was
highlight.
two lights. They went through two
lights,
green lights
yeah.
turning red. as
Well,
they talked.
Rob was really butthurt that they couldn't have children, so maybe that was
He
speaking
was
to
super
another.
butthurt. Is that
Is
that why?
He doesn't have children. She
No,
does.
I
Yeah.
actually want to talk about this because that whole conversation, I just like.
He was upset.
I drew a blank. Yeah, was he mad they couldn't have kids?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he was flabbergasted more so than like
Wow.
like
Well, he just wasn't getting
mad.
it. Like,
don't even. I know
Describe a
that
word.
side eye.
No, I like it when
I'm
you
just
use words
saying
properly.
That I think that he was a little not sure how to handle.
was butthurt
that,
about
what he was
it.
thinking.
Yeah.
Stop it.
for sure butthurt after he just got his new.
Yeah, he was flabbergastishly.
No.
You're done.
Listen, famine. Okay. Yeah, don't forget our 4 horsemen names. Okay.
Oh yeah, we didn't even
Olivia's
introduce ourselves.
pestilence. Maddie is death. There you go, right there. Death. Abigail is famine, and I'm war. The 4 horsemen.
Okay,
Wrapping up,
horsemen.
should we do
Yeah,
predictions?
let's get some predictions in with the last 5 minutes that we got.
Your AfterBuzz TV
no
predictions.
Wow. I that was really interesting. You guys want to go first? I don't really know.
Yeah, sure. So it looks like they're meeting with the family the next episode, and I think that's
Who's
going to be Letty and
Javier.
Javier. They're having that family dinner. I think something's going to come up about the robbery, whether it's like the cops catching that, like, I don't know, something's going to happen, I think, where his sister is going to end up finding out. So I'm excited to see how that happens. And honestly, I want to see what happens when Jacob wakes up and his mom's not there, because he said goodnight and he like turned
you in
back
the
around and
morning.
was like, I'll see you in the morning. And it was almost like I don't know, he looked sad walking up the stairs because I feel like he knew,
Yeah,
but
he
he didn't
knew.
know,
He
you
knew.
know?
He probably said that.
Yeah.
I feel like him staring at her is like a cry for help almost. That's the way I see it.
I don't
But-
know why you want this kid out of that house. Like he's
Jacob?
look.
Because he needs to be with his mom.
I think Jacob's not gonna react because he doesn't react to anything. So he's gonna be like, "Oh, mom's dead. Cool."
I think it's a cry.
Like that's how
Jacob
he
kind
talks.
of reminds me of the daughter on Modern Family, the gay couple's daughter. What's her name?
Oh, I
Do you know what
forget
I'm
her
talking-
name. I
She's
know
just
who
so
you're talking
monotone about everything. No?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
I
done.
get what you're saying.
Well, if you guys want the
Okay.
Modern Family after show,
No.
it's not here.
I'm just saying, like, he doesn't
And
react.
that's why Maddie's my favorite. Do you understand?
We're done.
Maddie is by far my favorite.
I think something's gonna happen with whether this is the baby daddy or not. The Myrtle Beach hard body
Yes.
model guy. We're gonna see more about him because
Definitely.
obviously the grandma knew he was on TV because she went and turned job very quickly. Well, that's what I understood from it. So
Here's what I think is going to go down. I think that Christian somehow accidentally will give Letty up. I think that they'll be at the dinner and the feds are going to show up to the dinner and bust Letty in front of Javier's family. And then I think somehow they're going to find out about Javier killing all these people somehow at this
Well,
dinner.
we see them,
and
we
then
see
I
the
s-
father, like, telling him just be honest for once.
No,
Remember?
I think the
Yeah,
feds are
about
going
the
to find
job.
out though.
Yeah.
About what he does, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think they're going to get put in jail for a little bit until they find another way out. Letty and Javier.
Oh.
Maybe.
What is
I don't
up with
think
you
they're
guys
going to
not
jail.
recognizing pronouns? Can we understand this? She didn't know who they were. You don't know who.
It could be a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this episode.
There are a lot of people on this episode. Not all of them
who-
deserve to go to
Yeah.
jail.
But a couple, Jacob could go to jail. Christian could go to jail.
Jacob's done.
Jacob's done.
Jacob's done. And with the
But he
jail,
could
the
go back
FBI
to
wasn't
jail.
after Jacob. I don't think that Maddie was referring to Jacob.
I was not
Listen,
even.
anything is possible on the
I
babe.
understand.
You didn't even
Everyone
listen to
else,
me.
I'm
I didn't
good.
even bring up Jacob.
Okay, what? I was just
Really, my
confirming
prediction
for
doesn't
all the
even
people that
matter.
may have not known who you're talking about.
Yeah, Letty and Javier, I think, might go to jail, but they'll get out of it.
They'll always
But
get out. I
that's-
feel like
that's my
they'll
very
always get out of it
detailed-
because
Well,
if
they
they
have
don't,
to.
need to have a
There's
show.
no
it's not.
TV
This
show.
isn't. This isn't Oz. They're not in jail for the rest of how
That's
many
not true.
seasons this is.
We don't know. Nothing will surprise me at this
If
point.
they go to jail and they get out, break out?
If they
Maybe.
could have the rest of the season with both of them in jail.
No,
And
not gonna happen.
Yeah, could. It could.
All right.
really
well,
could.
let's respect everybody's predictions. It could.
Yeah. Thank you.
Maddie, I really think they could. Who knows? You're
Anything's
absolutely right.
possible.
Anything is possible. So.
Oh, I think that's our cue. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, we are the Four Horsemen. Please comment and like and give us your predictions. I'm your host, Olivia Gabaree. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, @thereal_O_G.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm your host, Madison Makely. You can find me on the tweet and the gram @Maddie_Makely.
You guys can follow me at Abigail Fraher on all social media and famine out.
I am Tehran all across the board. If you don't know how to spell Tehran, just watch CNN. Guys.
CNN.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.